لا لا عادي, don't worry.
Oh, I like
Okay.
this.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So basically today, what do you mean? And we have Nur and we have Eliqa. Okay. And we will be talking about Noor's job, and she will introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Nur Nasria, and I do many things, but mainly I'm a producer, and I like to introduce myself as an impact producer.
Impact producer.
Yes, I like to focus on content that has any kind of good impact.
Do you hit people? Okay. How cool that would be to hit people.
Smash.
I will impact you.
Forcefully.
Okay. So what does that mean? What does impact producer mean?
So we go back to introducing what's a producer
Uh-huh.
first, because people always have like this misconception about what's a producer, what does a producer do. In a nutshell, a producer is a project manager. You
Uh-huh.
receive a project and then you just have to implement it and work with all of the departments that are in the back end of production and all of that. Impact producer is just the fact that I like to pick and choose the projects that I work on, and I mainly like to work on humanitarian and social content more than anything else.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Okay.
That's
So
cool.
what I have a question. So like
Yep.
what does that entail? Like so what kind of causes are you like into at the moment?
At the moment, I like on a side note, I have my own charity organization in Kenya that I started in 2015.
I love it. Okay.
So that has been like my side. Like I do two jobs at the same time. Of course, like I don't get paid from the Kenya project, but it is a full time job for me as well. Like there's a full team, there's a full organization, and there's staff and all of that. So I have to like on daily basis work on both like my daily job and this. And so
That's
basically, the causes
amazing.
that I like to focus on is usually, I have a very soft spot for children because I believe children are innocent and they have nothing to do with any shit that is happening in the world.
No, 100%, 100%.
See,
No, I cannot
how
agree
good
more.
is Noor? Huh?
She,
How many
you're
Noors
like
does
the
we need?
epitome of humanity at the moment. Like you restore, you restore faith in humanity. There are good people out there, okay?
Yes, there are a lot of good people.
Yes, and you're one of them. So I love that. That's
That's amazing.
amazing.
So now we understand what producer mean and what impact producers mean. So let's talk a little bit on what does the impact producer specifically does. Yani what's your job? Is it sending emails? Is it contacting with anyone? Like what do you do specifically?
It's everything. Yeah, like it's like you're more like a clown. So basically, let's say you contact me and you tell me I have this project or I have this idea, and I just take it from there and run with it, regardless of the stage wherever the project is. If it's just an ideation, I take it from there where we look for creatives that develop that idea. If the idea is already there, I get the crew, and then with impact, let's say with the impact projects that I've done, they've always been in outside of the UAE. So there's traveling there, there's permits, there's fixers that you have to deal with, there's projects that you have to also find. The fact that I've been into philanthropy or like volunteering for a very long time, I have a bit of like knowledge. So when someone reaches out, I already know different organizations and different projects around the world. So that makes it a little bit easier for projects to be implemented. But then I also have to travel beforehand and I scout and I make sure that those projects exist. Uh, if we are to visit a project that already exists, but if we are to do something from scratch, so for example, some of the shows that I worked on, we go to let's say a village in Indonesia that requires a water well or whatever, and like I go there and I scout and I meet with the organization, and then we take it from there, ground zero up. Or if there's something that already exists that needs fixing, I also have to go beforehand. Sometimes I have to also arrange for shoots beforehand, and then follow-ups until the project is implemented. So it's the same thing with any production project. It's the same thing. Like, I have to follow the process. A producer is a problem solver. There's nothing as impossible for a producer. We say in Arabic, "لو طلبوا منا لبن العصفور," we have to provide it.
لبن العصفور.
Which means that if someone asks me for the milk of a bird, I have to say, yes, sure, I can provide it, even though there's no such thing as
Love
a
it.
bird's milk.
Create one.
Yes, you
I
just
don't care. You
Producers are
create one.
yes.
You create it.
Clowns
You
and
make it
magicians are
happen.
the
Yeah.
exactly.
طيب, that's amazing. طيب, at this kind of job, do I find it interesting because for me, as someone who you deal with as a sound engineer, I just show up to the location, I find everything's ready, and I do my job.
Yeah.
As simple as that. We never expected how hard it is to do to run a project from A to Z,
Yeah.
or how long it will take, or what's the measures that you will be doing the whole time.
Yeah.
Apparently, I zoomed in by mistake. And I don't know when I zoomed in.
Oops.
So
How
we
zoomed
repeat
in
the
are
question.
you? Like, is it?
Yeah.
Like super fucking zoomed in. Like my forehead is there. That's it. Only my forehead. Like, you have my forehead. I don't know for how long, but like, yeah. Okay, طيب. I want to ask you a question a little bit outside of the topic. I want to ask you about a situation that happened with you at work. Either it's funny, embarrassing, whatever situation it is, give me one.
Okay. When I was younger, people didn't take me seriously in this job, and as a producer, you're a decision maker. And I would show up in a very important meeting, and there would be, let's say, officials from the country or whatever, or like a CEO and so on, and they'll welcome me and stuff, and they'll keep waiting, thinking that there's someone else who's gonna come, because they wouldn't believe that I'm actually not my age, and I'm actually the
So
decision
you're a
maker.
vampire, basically.
So that used to be very funny and very like interesting. Like, in many times, it went on for many years, and it used to frustrate me. I'm like, no, I am the decision maker. You have to listen to me.
I am actually it.
Yes.
So for us as people that we always be behind the camera, now we're in front of the camera.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I don't like it.
Relatable.
No one does. No one does.
No one does. No one wants to be in front of the camera when we're so used to
Yeah.
being behind it.
Yes.
No. But you're doing great, though.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah. So how long have you been doing producing? I mean, I know you
Since
said you've
2000.
been doing it for a while, but like,
Yeah, since 2008. So that's like
Okay.
16 years.
that's
Yeah.
a long time.
Yes, and I'm ready to retire.
You see, because I think you look very young, you know what I mean? So when you say 2008, in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't add
I'm
up. This-
38,
no.
almost 40.
Mashallah, hey?
Shocking, yeah?
No
Shocking.
way, no way. No, I need to see some ID. That's not true. No way. No way.
Yes, so yeah.
Mashallah, okay.
I've been on the road for a long time.
Good genes. I mean, whatever you're doing is bah.
Well, usually petite people, they look younger. Like, so I'm petite.
Good genes.
Yeah.
Couldn't help it.
No, you
Come
couldn't.
on.
No way. Good genes.
So yeah, small people usually look younger.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay.
So, I have a reference that you might get a little bit relatable to, as you're Arab and she's Malay, so kind of similar. Ship ship, or wait.
What?
we had a we had we
Wait,
had a,
wait,
okay.
wait.
So ship, okay. It's ship or slippers. Okay.
Flip flops.
احنا نقولوا شلاكة.
Shlaka. Okay. And
Wait, what
their
did you call it? What
language
did you call
or
it?
their accent is shlaka.
Schlacker.
شلاكة.
No, like without the R.
شلاكة.
Shlaka.
شلاكة.
Schlacker.
على راسي.
So
It
okay.
sounds better than ship
So-
ship, though. I'm not gonna lie. Ship ship sounds like trouble.
Yeah, it is. Ship, like ship. You know, we're getting ship.
يشلك.
So, because when we were kids, we always had the simple as ship,
Yeah.
that usually it will have a rose on top of it. Yeah, and it will flew either past you, either for you. It depends on which one of you or your siblings made something
Honestly,
wrong.
my parents never did that.
No way.
Really?
Yeah. I was beaten up, but not with a ship.
Other ways of torture.
Yes.
See, Arabs, they have original ideas. Yes.
The flip flop is the Asian. It's the Asian tool, so we relate 100%. Being from Malaysia, we have these special flip flops. They're like these white ones with these like, and they're like heavy duty ones, you know, that we use in the toilets for some reason. That we want to go to the toilet. We have these like heavy duty white flip flops, and those are the ones that would.
That's echo. Like there's an echo after you throw it.
It was like ha, and then in the echo that comes out of it is insane. Yeah.
I will tell you something. There is something happened to me when I was a kid. My father like usually wants me in Ramadan to pray Taraweeh. Taraweeh is for him is something important. Okay.
Okay.
So every day at night he will take me with him to Taraweeh. Okay. And for me as a kid, I was like around 12 years old or something like that. I wanted to play. I didn't want to go to Taraweeh because who cares, you know?
Okay.
So I remember once there was these kind of flip-flops that you wear. It's plastic. It's plastic flip-flop. Okay? Yeah, you can imagine.
Oof.
And you can't imagine when plastic goes on 45 as size. You know?
That's like a brick.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So
Were you a bit sweaty?
So-
Because like if you were a bit sweaty, the impact would be a bit more sharper. You know what I mean?
Sticks. I was like,
So, I remember I left Taraweeh to go and play with my friends. He was so upset that I left Taraweeh. Taraweeh is something important. He threw the fucking flip flop at me.
Yeah.
It was like boom on my face directly. And I was crying, and I went upstairs to our house, Yani. And I remember sewing the 45 size on my head, like on my forehead. I have it stamped.
Imprinted.
Yeah. Because it was plastic, and you know, plastic from from down of it, like it will bruise.
I'm sorry you had to go through that though at 12 years old. But did you learn your lesson? Khalas, did you stop playing with your friends during
course
Tarawih
not.
now? Of course
he
not.
was playing the next day.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I did play, but at mosque, you know, while they're playing
I'll
Tarawih.
play here.
Here you go. I'm playing here.
Do something.
Next to you. You know, he will be praying. The minute that he will look at me, immediately I will be praying. I will stop playing. Yeah.
Traumas.
Tarawih is nice.
Oh,
And,
look at us.
You know, the past is past. Yeah, sometimes I do like that just to avoid something that it's not there, but like, yeah, I'm
Still
fine.
there, the shadows of the flip flop
Yeah.
is still haunting you.
It'll be like, if you will be sitting with me and one day you will find me like removing my head suddenly, just, it's fine. I'm completely fine. I'm
That
normal.
He's imagining
that comes from muscle
the
memory, you know?
shadows.
Yeah. Huh.
So yeah.
I have a question though for Noor. I'm a bit more
Yes, sure.
intrigued in the whole like process of it. Like, so you travel to different countries and you help like people because you're just like you're so amazing. Like, thank you for existing. Like,
Thank you. I try my
um,
best.
so how does it work? Like, you mentioned that you either partner up with NGOs in that particular country or like how does it work? Does somebody find you to help create this impact? Like, do you find them and then you build something because you saw something that you were like, oh, you know what? My heart says yes, I need to help these people, so I'm gonna do something about it. Like, how does it?
So it depends on the project and like the client, and it depends also on where am I in my life. So before it used to be, it was always from the client side. Like they know what they want, they don't know where or how, and all of that. So I'll take care of that. Or sometimes we would have like I was part of a show where there was a big research team and production team that they would tell me the projects that they wanted to implement and in which countries and so on. So that made it a little bit easier for me. But then I also was part of projects where there's an idea and I have to develop it from there and figure out which countries are we filming in, what are the causes, look for organizations in those countries and so on. And there are
Produce,
passion
yeah.
projects. So for example, last year this time I was actually in Sudan scouting for a film that is related to the Eritrean refugees in Sudan who have been there since the 70s. And that was like literally 10 days before the war ignited.
No
And this is a
way.
passion project where like I'm doing like someone like, a guy who has an organization in Sudan. He reached out and he wanted to create a film that will help raise awareness and hopefully funds for the film. We've been working on it for a year now. It's just because of the war situation we didn't know what to do, and we just had to shift the story over and over again. And it went from the only talking about refugees to it's about Sudan in general. So the name of the film now is From Host to Guest, like how unfortunately Sudanese people now are actually guests in different countries. So this is a passion project that I decided that I wanted to work on, and like it came through as an idea, and I put in the team and the director, and we keep changing. Now we're finalizing it, like on next weekend we're doing the last interviews. But yeah, so it depends on where am I and what am I doing in life.
I love it. I love it. You gotta go with the flow, and you're just like, yep, this is what my heart is saying now, and that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, 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 great.
I think you're excited now.
I am. I am. Do you see how excited I am? I'm like, wow. Okay, yes. No, good people exist, and it's because, like, for example, obviously we work because we need to work, right? And you
Yeah,
produce and things like that. But it's nice that I feel like you're doing something that feeds your soul, but at the same time, your expertise come in handy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for
So,
example now with the organization in Kenya, like slowly I'm pushing, not pushing, like directing the team on how to create content as well. So for example now with what's happening in Palestine, unfortunately, I felt okay, how can we be of service and what can we do through this. And then I realized when I first started talking to the team there, they had no idea that like what is the truth, because again there like there's a lot of like misperceptions and brainwashing, and a lot of people think that the Palestinians are the bad guy in the situation and so on. So it was very interesting to see the process and how the team actually changed their perception since October until today,
until
where
now.
we ended up having an actual full 30 pieces collection that had Palestinian embroidery that was sold like in no time in an event in Kenya. And now the whole team is actually talking about Palestine and promoting it, and they don't want to, like, the collection is supposed to be over, but they said no, we want to continue until the end of the month, creating more pieces related to this, because they saw the impact and they saw how people were fascinated by it and so on. So for me, like, since the war started, I personally, like, not like Yousef, but I lost a couple of friends there, and I've been in a very, like, deep grief process, and it hasn't been easy going through all of this. And I was like, I can't just sit and post on social media. Like, this is not doing it. And at the same time, donating is also not doing it. But then I'm like, okay, let me try this and see where this goes. And we had like a recap meeting last week, and I was asking them what's their thought and how did they feel about the collection. And it was very touching for me that everyone shared that they didn't know the story, and it's through art and through this they came to know what's the truth, and they are proud to be part of this. And I got goosebumps. And we created a video that I'll show
Same.
it to Yousef. And I'll share it to you with you as well. Like, the video still doesn't have like the music and so on, but they created like a whole video of like 4 different scenes, and one of them in the market eating watermelon, and they had the kufiyas on, and I had no hand in this. It was just purely them.
How nice.
That's
is
so
that?
beautiful,
Super,
though.
yeah.
That is so nice. That is
And that's
so
why
nice.
I take pride in like the idea of utilizing what we do best in something that gives back to community, rather than people, like, they come up to me all of the time, they want to help, and I tell them, what do you do best? Like, what's your niche? That's what you can serve with, because that's what drives you. Like, there's nothing else that would drive you to give back, rather than your profession or the best thing that you are capable of doing.
Or if you have an electricity bill that you need to pay.
No,
Now we're talking about the idea of how you use your professional impact.
how to impact people, okay? We're talking about how to impact people right now. No, I think I'm in awe, honestly, Noor. Like, I'm in awe. Like, yeah, please continue doing what you're doing. And
Thank you.
yeah, I'm inspired, yo. Like, I'm like, what am I gonna do today to help anyone out there? Yeah, awesome. Thanks for answering the
It
question
was
and clarifying.
super lovely
Yes.
to be with Noor.
Same here. Thank you for this random. He
It's
called me
randomness,
yesterday.
huh?
He called me yesterday. He's like, we're doing a podcast tomorrow. I'm like, huh? I didn't even ask what, where, how. I'm like, okay, Yousef, I'll go with the flow.
What to do? Listen, the thing is, we have the studio, we have the lights, we have the mics, we have everything. And then the only issue now that we don't have the time to actually go to the studio so we can film. Can you imagine? That, to the point that
We're doing it in the car.
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm going to work, and on the way to work, like, we're doing an interview.
Yes.
You know, but inshallah, in a few next episodes, we will have you in the studio,
Inshallah.
and we will give you za'atar drink, the Palestinian drink.
مرمية مرمية لو
مرمية
سمحت.
You can choose whatever
Yeah,
you
I
want.
prefer مرمية.
Either مسخن, we can do مسخن.
I love مسخن
To
as
that
well.
Anyway, it was really nice to
Same
be
here.
with you
Thank you,
and
thank
to
you.
know you more, to know about your background
Thank you.
and your work. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Yousef.
Wallahi.
Wallahi, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. And thank you, I forgot
Thank
your
you,
name. I'm sorry.
guys.
Eliqa?
Eliqa is not important.
That's why.
She is, of
Yeah,
course
He,
she is.
he didn't introduce me in the beginning,
just
and that's
someone.
absolutely fine. He was just like, "Oh, Elika's here," but and
No,
then
I
he
did
started. So
introduce you. No, wait.
It's
And
fine.
I
wait,
said your
did.
name, but I'm bad with names. I'm
I
like,
said
bad with
Eliqa,
names.
but like, come on,
And I
Eliqa's
have
hard.
a
We're
tough
Arabs.
name.
Call yourself
Eliqa's a hard
Fatima or
name.
something.
Noor is a perfect name.
thank you.
No, it's really nice to meet you, Noor, and thank you for
Same
sharing, what you do.
And looking forward to like to
It's
see you more and talk more and maybe do something together.
oh, for sure. For sure. It just so happens I'm in a completely different country, so you guys getting a
That I
drink
would
and all
love to
that.
visit one
Can you
day, like,
ship it
but
to me? Like, can you mail it to me so that I can have some of this Palestinian drink as well, please? And then we can do it over Zoom. but I might be back, so
Yes,
we'll
yes,
see.
that's a good idea.
Maramia is on the way.
Done. Send it to me. Mail
And
it.
it's and
Maramia
it's
is on the
and
way.
it's like on a side note, I don't know if you're gonna put this or not. It's amazing for PMS and cramps and stuff like that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, done.
We drink it like before, like a few days before my period.
As
I
if
make
I'm
sure
not here.
I drink it for a few days, and it eases the cramps and the pain and so on.
That's amazing. What's it
Yeah, but
called
this
again? Baramia? But
meramia,
Maramia.
which is it's sage in English, but not the sage that you sage yourself with. Like it's specific sage that you drink.
Baramia. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I
Okay.
will send you some.
yeah.
Thank you. Yalla, ship.
Welcome.
Quickly.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank
Take
you. Have a good day.
care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Speak
Bye.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.